There we go. It says we're live. Let's do this thing. Folks, it's Kurt went on, your host of the Mañana morning check-in. Today is more like the daily check-in because let's turn this off before it comes up. There we go. It's afternoon. It's 1:15 in the afternoon. And here's the deal. I was just on a 2-hour live presentation with Lifter LMS. You can tell because I'm wearing the Lifter LMS branded t-shirt there. Got to have the swag, right? Oh, let's move that over. There we go. And so 2 hours with them promoting their Black Friday sale. It ends today. Today's the last day. So, and let's just do the plug, right? That was my thing with Lifter LMS for 2 hours. Let's just do the plug. If you're new to Lifter LMS, which is a WordPress plugin that does membership and learning site development, if you are new to Lifter LMS and you want to join the Lifter LMS family, for today till the end of the month, right? So I guess around midnight, you can save 20%. All you have to do is use the code Black Friday 21. So Black Friday 21, all one word. You put that in while you're checking out and you'll save 20%. It's pretty good savings, right? 20% off of whatever package you choose is a heck of a way to go. Now, if you're already a Lifter LMS user and you follow me because you know that I'm somewhat of a Lifter LMS expert, if you follow me for that reason and you already have Lifter LMS and you're thinking to yourself, man, I wish I could get a deal on an extension. Well, he has an extension, right? So if you want to extend for 3 years, you only have to pay for 2 of those 3 years. So whatever your packages, there's the Universe bundle, there's the Infinity bundle. If you want to extend for 3 years, you can extend for 3 and you'll only have to pay for 2 of those. Now, here's the killer. When you do the extension, again, Black Friday 21, get you another 20% off of that. So you're already saving like 33%, right? Because you're only paying for 2 out of the 3 years. So you're saving a 33%, but then you can save another 20% on top of that, right? So what a blessing, what a huge way to go. So had a lot of fun with those guys. We spent the time online. We answered some really, really good questions from people about like, how does Elementor work? How does Elementor Elements work? How does the groups function work? What is the social learning part of the plugin all about? There was some really, really cool things in there. And in case you're not aware, I build a lot of membership and learning websites for my own projects with Mañana no Mas, but then of course, as Mañana no Mas, I run those projects for other companies as well. And it's really, really fun to build these things in a WordPress environment because of the flexibility and the things that we can do. We can change the look, we can change the feel, we can change the flow of information. We can control a lot of things that, quite honestly, when you subscribe to another learning platform, you might not be able to control. From a corporate mindset, I've used tools like Learn-Upon, Bridge, Moodle, custom Moodle applications that have been built for hundreds of thousands of dollars for different corporations. There's a company called Docebo. I used Docebo when I was working with an Italian-based company, and there's a lot of things that work, right? So as a learning professional, I go, yeah, there's a lot of things that work. Of course they work. If they didn't work, they wouldn't be in business still to this day, right? Moodle's a great platform. You have a regular HTML website, maybe you're not in WordPress and you just want to throw something up, boom, Moodle's a great option for that. But in my experience, I found that while I had some comfort level working in the back end of Moodle, my customers, my clients, and my students did not have that same comfort level in working in the back end of Moodle, which is why you'll see a lot of companies make custom Moodle applications, right? They'll reskin it for you. They'll change the presentation of Moodle for you. They'll make a custom application for you using Moodle as the main engine. But then of course you're getting into money, right? Then you just start spending more than you ever had. And so, especially if you're in a proof of concept mode where you're not even sure if your idea is really going to gain traction and make a lot of sales, controlling your budget and having a kind of a proof of concept to launch is a really good plan. And I advocate that a lot with my existing clients. And launching things through WordPress and Lifter LMS has just been a great combination for me at Mañana no Mas. I'm speaking as myself, not as a representative of Lifter LMS. Now, I've got a pretty basic tech stack. And I talk to you guys about this sometimes, and I'm actually doing a 5-day challenge on this. It's spread out over 5 weeks. We're running that through wordpress.challengeconnection.com. And what I'm doing is I'm taking people from the very, very beginning concept of, I have an idea, right? So you go from I have an idea to I want to reserve a URL. I want to put WordPress in. I want to create emails to run that. And then I want to bam, bam, bam. And so I'm going to build basically a sample site through this 5-day challenge with people following along. And I'm going to give them resources and tools and links and everything along the way to build what they need to build, to keep the budget under control and launch something. And if we do it right, we'll be able to launch on January 27th, meaning when we do our last event on Monday, December 27th, I do a live video on this. And when we do this, so every Monday I'm meeting with people at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm meeting with them and I'm going over the subject of that day. So last Monday was the first event. The replay's in there. So if you join now, you can still see the replay, but wordpress.challengeconnection.com. You go in there, you join, it's $10. And the first session was all about, you have an idea. How are we going to take this idea and get it to the next level? How do you know that WordPress is what you want to put your idea in? You might want to be in Udemy or Kajabi or Samcart, or I mean, there's all these other tools out there. So we got to mention them, right? And then I talked to you about why I like WordPress, why I decided to use WordPress, and why Lifter is my choice. And then we're going to talk about other parts of my tech stack that make things work well and provide some automations along the way and get people to launch, a basic membership learning site by the end of the challenge. And so, like I said, I'm only charging $10 to show people this stuff. And I'm giving them resources that they can try things for next to nothing for an investment. But then, of course, if they say, hey, no, this really is cool, I really want to do this, I'll give you all of the links and affiliate links that I have and all the discounts that I can manage. And we'll get you going for just as cheap as possible to get your proof of concept launched and get you going. Super excited about it because if you guys have been watching me for the last couple of years, you know that this is a passion of mine. I'd love to share this information with you. I'm all about training and education, online training and education. I love these live sessions. And I really, really, really enjoy what I do. So it's nice to be able to share it with folks. The other side of the coin is support. I just had a client just yesterday. We have a web form on their site. Now, I got to be honest, her site has a little more bells and whistles, a little more automations, a little more checks for this and checks for that. Like she wants people to, like she has an event. She hosts a live event. And to get access to this live event, you can do it one time as a visitor for free. So there's a way in our website that we have that set up. So a person can register one time for free. After that, they need to be members. And so we have a separate login for members. And then that separate login validates the members' login with the email they put in the form to make sure that they're that same person. Okay. So this sounds confusing and kind of is a little bit. And then once they register as a member, okay, it launches an email funnel. So not a sales funnel, but an email funnel that basically says, hey, thanks for registering for this event. You're a member. We appreciate your membership. It's going to be held on this date. Let's make sure we add this to your calendar. And then down here, it's going to say, hey, this thing's going to be tomorrow, right? Don't forget you've registered for this event tomorrow. And then the next email probably says something along the lines of, hey, this is going to start in 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. And then here's your access link to get to the live event. So you can imagine there's a lot going on there, right? We don't want to put the link to the live event right into the website because then you've got people that are non-members or visitors or things like that that are able to access that data, right? So we want to be able to have a member filter themselves through a member-only form, and then have that members-only form go to a separate email thread that's automated that gives them the access information they're going to need to get to the live event. All that is set up in our website, and I'm super thrilled with it. Like it's a super cool tool. So we have it. Well, it stopped working this week. Okay. Remember, the more stuff you put in, the more automations or customizations or things that you add to a site, the more opportunity there is for something to not go as planned. Well, a member in her group tried repeatedly to get into the event, but their membership had expired. But they just kept trying to get in there. And finally, out of frustration, they email me and they go, hey, I can't get in. Well, your membership's expired, right? So we extend the membership. We go, okay, so we extend the membership. I've already got you registered. You're good to go. So I had her registered for the event, but then she said, I don't know why, but she didn't understand. And she tried to log in and re-register for the event again. That tripped, and here's when something works good. That tripped like a security thing in the site, right? So it was like, hey, someone's trying to hack the website. Someone's trying to access the back end of the website through this form. And WordPress is like, no, we can't do that. We're going to shut this sucker down. And so it shut down the form. Well, so from a security standpoint, you go, well, that's great, right? Like if someone was trying to hack, they would have been shut out. So now I know that, okay, the security in the thing works, but then it didn't come right back online, right? So other members tried to sign up, and other members were getting the same error, like hey, this form's not working. And so we had to jump on it and get it fixed right away. That's the cool part about having someone in your corner, right? So I'm in her corner, right? If she's running a business, she doesn't have time to be a webmaster, right? She understands how the website works, and she understands how to make a page in the website. She understands how to, change content or add a blog post. She gets all that, okay? But one of the cool things about having a company like Mañana No Mas be in your corner is we are in your corner, right? So this problem happened yesterday, and today the whole fix is done. We actually got in touch with the maker of the plugin. The maker of the plugin made us a patch. That patch got pushed out to everybody, right? And so now when there's a problem, this type of problem with this form, it's gonna kind of automatically reset itself and not be an error for the end user, right? Just cool stuff. And so I was thinking today about being on that call with Lifter, and I was thinking about, well, what could I possibly add value to my group with today with the Mañana No Mas daily check-in? And I'm thinking, well, that's it. That's it right there. Is so many people are listening right now to what I have to say on a near daily basis, right? So whether you're seeing this on YouTube Live, or you're watching the replay on LinkedIn, or you're seeing it, as part of the video diaries in the Mañana No Mas website, people are paying attention to these messages. And at some point, people might be saying, I know that my company needs a website, or I know that my company needs a better website. I know that my company, in view of this remote learning our company is doing, right? In view of remote working, right? And having like an HR department that's got to onboard people, but not seeing the people in the office, right? How's that working, right? If you're still trying to send emails back and forth, and I didn't get this PDF, and I didn't get this form, and I wasn't sure what you meant, or I didn't find this video link in YouTube or Wistia or whatever, this Vimeo doesn't play on my computer. I mean, just imagine all these things happening for these HR departments all over the country, all over the world right now, where what these companies could do is they could just say, hey, Mañana No Mas, I understand that you can help us with some remote onboarding for new employees. What does that look like, and how much does it cost? And the conversation that comes beyond that is amazing. People's minds are blown, because Lifter LMS, the WordPress community, tools like, Groundhog and WP Forms and WP Fusion and all of these things have democratized the internet to a point where a company like Mañana No Mas can come in and go, well, these are the 10 tools that I typically use. Out of these 10, these 4 or 5 would really build you a good package to meet your needs. So if I use these 5 tools and this much build time, you're looking at about this for an expense. Does this make sense to you? 9 times out of 10, these companies are like, that's it. And that's because they're used to a corporate example of, I'm not going to say being raked over the coals. That's not fair. But companies previously had made a lot of investment in the proprietary software and proprietary platforms and things like that. And just like everything else that is technology minded, something else came along that was cheaper, that was better, that was more efficient, that just was easier to use. I'm sorry that slates, people poorly that, have these big projects they built 10 years ago. But the truth of the matter is that the stuff that's out now, the stuff that's at the forefront of this curve, is extremely user-friendly, fairly easy to set up. Once you understand the tools and how they lock together and how they communicate and how the data transfers, it makes making these interactive dynamic websites so much easier than it used to be. I'm not saying it's easy, like done, but what I'm saying is the cost effectiveness of building these remote tools for this new remote work experience that we're experiencing, great use of language, is tremendous. And with that, I'm tempted to say I'm going to go, but I'm going to do one last push. Just like Lifter LMS had their last push of the day, their last push of the month for their Black Friday sales, I ran Black Friday sales for the entire month on Mañana No Mas projects. If you own a motorcycle dealership or know someone in the decision-making position that owns a motorcycle dealership, that runs a motorcycle dealership, the Power Sport Academy, 25% off, 25% off. That's huge. To train a whole dealership is just about $11,000, right? To train service writer, service manager, let the parts guy come to training, maybe a lead technician. You know, maybe you got 3 or 4 people in your dealership that are going to come to this kind of training. Maybe you're going to have the general manager or sales manager sit in on a couple of sessions. This training lasts all year and is about $11,000, 25% off. So you're going to save, you know, almost $3,000 signing up now. So it just seems like the way to go. Let's say you just want to sample a month, right? At like $350 for the first month to train a service writer. Well, you can save 25% off of that. So, you know, what is that? 75, 80 bucks, something like that, right? So 25% off, heck of a deal. It's good to the end of the day. I think there's something like 12 hours left, and you can save 25% on that. Now, I already mentioned the challenge connection. I'm hosting a challenge in wordpress.challengeconnection.com. It's $10 to join that challenge to learn how to do a WordPress website by December 27th. Here's the deal. If you've ever been part of an online challenge, like a Facebook challenge, and you're like, man, I wish I could do a challenge like that. Okay. ChallengeConnection.com is the tool that enables you to do that. So you go to ChallengeConnection.com, you subscribe for a package. It's a subscription, right? You can host your challenge in that site for as long or as little as you want, right? No commitments on my end. That's kind of one of the things I really like about the platform is you're not signing up to host a website for 2 years like you would with Bluehost, right? So you're not signing up saying, oh, I'm stuck to this project for 2 years. No, you're saying, hey, I'm going to run this challenge for a month and see how it goes. So you're only out for a month. You can subscribe for a month and, you know, cancel your subscription. You can say, hey, this is really working. I'm going to rerun the challenge, you know, 30, 60, 90 days. Or I'm going to change the challenge every month, right? 30, 60, 90 days. I'm going to change the challenge. You can do so much with it. And so what I really like about it is the flexibility. It's a Mañana No Mas project. It's called Challenge Connection. You go to challengeconnection.com. You can see the details on that. If you want to get the idea of how a challenge feels like to be in a challenge or to possibly run your own, I would really recommend that you join the wordpress.challengeconnection.com challenge, right? Is WordPress right for me? So you sign up for that, you pay your $10, you're in, it's $9.99, right? So almost $10. But you pay for that, you join the challenge, experience the challenge from a challenger's perspective. And then you can ask me offline as much as you want. Like, what do you do with the users? How do you communicate with the users? How do you upsell people? You know, how challenging a challenge is like a marketing tool. So what am I marketing and how am I getting forward with that? So those are my main things. Okay. Power Sport Academy, Challenge Connection. 25% off either one of those if you make your decision before the end of the month. The last thing I'm going to mention is that all of the courses that I have in Mañana No Mas. So mañananomas.com is my business website. At the top menu, you'll see Academy. When you click on Academy, it's kind of like a portfolio of courses, right? Just kind of, there's a bunch of things in there. There's goal setting, there's having a disciplined mind, there is optimizing opportunities, following the process. There's a fitness one in there. There's a keto diet one in there. There's a good selection of courses that are in the Academy. For the last 2 weeks of this month, I marked all those down to $9.99 each, $10. I thought to myself, if someone doesn't have $10 to invest in themselves, well, then they have no intention of investing in themselves. And so what I would encourage people to do is to go to mañananomas.com, click on Academy, pick a course, $9.99, get it bought, get it done, and take the course. Like I said earlier, it's kind of a portfolio piece for me. So what I'm hoping is that people take these courses and they go, hey, I would like to host my own online course. I would like to build my own membership and learning website. I would like to, right? And then that's where Mañana no Mas can take over that conversation and have that with you, right? Now, if you've been following me for the last couple of years and you're thinking, man, this guy talks all the time, that's because I'm a professional speaker. So if throughout seeing these videos or seeing the stuff that we teach in the academy or seeing the properties that I build, like Power Sport Academy, like Challenge Connection, if you say, man, this guy would be an asset at my company for A, B, or C, reach out, hit the contact link, let me know what you got going on. We've had a couple of clients that had booked time on our calendar that said, these are the projects that we have in mind, and this is what we want to use Mañana no Mas for. We had a couple of clients, I'm assuming for budgetary reasons, go, wow, we got to stick a pin in that for a little bit, and we got to put that on hold. So with them putting those projects on hold, that opens up my calendar so that if you've got something pressing, something that you want to launch, something like for an HR purpose or for technical training, and you're not sure where to take that technical training, like, oh my goodness, make a dream come true for me. If you're a new power sport company, a manufacturer in the United States, and you're going, man, we really got to have a platform to teach our technicians how these lithium ion batteries work, how these throttle controls work, how these ECUs work and communicate with the dash, or how the CAN bus system, connects to these different computer-based items on the machine and is powered through the battery or an inverter or the charging system. I am your dude. I can make that lickety split. We can make the curriculum, develop the training material, find a way to host it for you, attach it to your existing website, and make it almost a seamless application for your users, for your technicians, for your customers in the field, however you want to use that content. So Mañana no Mas is your place. Go to mañananomas.com, MANANOMAS.com, Mañana no Mas, right? I'd love to have you. And while you're there, sign up. I put out a value-added email that goes out near weekly, almost every Monday. Something goes out and it'll lead you to a free ebook, some marketing information, maybe give you access to a new podcast release. But just once a week, something goes out, and every now and then we'll hit you up with a, hey, save money this way, which is how the Black Friday special got advertised at the beginning of the month. All right, folks, that's it. I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.